Okay, start the front view first for this assignment. We're going to create the profile on the front. So maybe switch the orientation to home view so you can see much better orientation. On the home view, default is southwest. We want to switch to southeast. And it's best to save this as a default. Start with the line tool. By the way, you want to change to plan, but just type in the plan. You can press enter and you can do it there. Or if you go to front view, is the same. So go to draw a line, and because I have my snap settings and grid setting 0.25, I can use the same dimensions there. 0.75 up and then 3 inches to the left. You can type those, or you can use the grid snap. That will be faster. Two and a half and 0.25 and close. Make sure that this is one piece. The tool that we use, you have done this before, join. Select with the windows. Now you need to extrude this piece. Extrude height is 4 units. You want to change your UCS 3 points option, selecting and using that corner as origin, and X and Y defined by endpoint of those corners. Now we are on the top of that box. Midpoint as a center of the cylinder, and the radius and the height you can also snap, or you can type those if you like. Make sure union first. Okay, now we need to work on that incline face. This is something new for this assignment. We're trying to create that inclined face, which is not parallel to any principal planes. The midpoint I use as origin, again using the 3 points option, and X, make sure ortho is on and pick a point on the screen as I'm showing here, and on the Y also going up. So where is similar to the front view, with the exception that the origin is in the middle of the box, or middle of that edge, of midpoint of that edge. By switching to this view, by typing the plan and enter, that would get you to that, or front. And we want to draw a line from that corner. We can pick that corner, snap to, or type. It's safer always to type 0, 0, because that's our point. So you can test your work to see if your origin is 0, 0, goes right place. And if you go to up is 90 and the left, we have a distance of 2.5, angle sign, and then 150, 90 plus 60. As you see, you have 30 from the horizontal, and that makes it 60 from the y-axis. Total will be 150 on the positive direction. So this is something you have done on 2D. It's nothing different. Okay, now we're going to use that line to create our new inclined plane by selecting 3 points UCS. And that's the X, and the Y, you need to pick end of that line. It may not let you because you have snap-on. Press F9 to turn it off, and then use Object Snap Endpoint. Object Snap Endpoint. Shift right click and Endpoint, and then pick that endpoint of the line. So this way, Y-axis would be collinear with that, or parallel to that Y-axis. It's the line. Line is the parallel to that Y-axis. So now we can use offset, and offset creates 2 parallel lines on that plane. and using the distance equal to the radius, which would be 1.5 actually, 1.5 radius. So both directions. Now we have those lines we can use as guide also to create an arc. Arc is not available on the pull down menu option that we want to use. That's on the 3 points option. Unless you type, go to the pull down menu, select the 3 points option, which is start end radius option rather. Start end radius. Goes counterclockwise at the start point, and then remember positive direction is the counterclockwise. The angle radius is 1.5. Type that. Now we need to draw another line in the bottom in order to profile to be closed. Use the join tool again to make entire profile to be one object, one entity. And don't forget the bottom one too, and then you have that closed object, closed profile. Now we need to extrude this. For this 3D software, we are limited on that direction. It always goes 90, but where to stop on that face, we don't have that much control on this AutoCAD. Other softwares like Inventor or SolidWorks would have that option, but we don't have that. So we're going to come up with the solution to solve that. So past that piece, bottom extended to past the your first feature, and then we are going to use the slice tool to cut extra piece. For that, we need to create a geometry on that top of that face. For that, make sure you have the UCS changed to default, and then draw a circle. This is the best to change your display option to 2D wireframes. So the circle you're going to draw here, make sure it's on the top of that face and it's objects to the snap to the center of that arc. If not selecting, then make sure my setting is going to the midpoint right now, but you can change by overwriting that, and then that's the center of that arc, and any size would be fine as long as it's large enough that you can see. So we're going to use this object, the circle, as an object to cut this extra piece by using this slice. Select the object, press enter, and then select object rather than 3 points, which is default. Object, and select the circle. Press enter to finish. That means accepting the both, to keep both. Then we can come back and eliminate the bottom piece by erasing. And select the erase tool. All right, you can also erase that extra construction line and also circle. Now we need to have one more item. That's the we need to draw a circle. We use that same line to center of the circle. Of course, we left the union first. Okay, union those, then we draw the circle, because it's important the union first, because when you remove the material, it's going to remove from both, not only one. So if union before you subtract, always union is the order of the operation, and always union first. So draw that circle with the radius as given, 0.75 radius, 1.5 diameter, and then you need to extrude that. When you extrude it, make sure that it extends the object long enough to pass. So select the circle and press enter, and then make sure it's extended and subtract. Select the main object, press enter, and select the cylinder. That concludes your drawing, and on the next video we can talk about the layout for auxiliary view, which is showing the true size and shape of the inclined face.